Well, good morning, folks, and welcome inside the Staples Center. We are down in the bowels of it. When I mean the bowels of it, we're just outside the dressing room. We've got technical stuff all around. There's storage. There's actually a big rack of hamburger and hot dog buns just over to Joey's right. So he's drooling as he is thinking about lunch as we get ready for a game here at the Staples Center. And hey, this is my first Game Day Live with you this year.
I know. You already used the word bowel and hamburger in the same one, so I'm a little nervous.
I don't think you'd know what to do if you didn't work on it with a bald guy on this show, would you?
I don't know what I would do. No, it's good to have you.
Speaking of hair, that was a heck of a haircut you got this week.
I did get a good one. Yeah, I went to Ginger Bay there. They did a terrific job in Kirkwood. They do the head massage, and I get a little sweaty and uncomfortable.
You get the shampoo before you get the whole ball of wax? Okay, so when you get your haircut, for me it's real easy. It's just I take the hair Zamboni and I just go right down to the nub there. But when you go in, do you say, hey, just a little bit off the back, taper in the back, a little bit above the ears? What's your menu for the haircut?
My menu for the haircut's like my menu when I go to a restaurant nowadays. I ask the barber or I ask the server, say, what do you recommend? What do you think? Just have at it. And they usually feel my hair a little bit, and they just start whacking.
You don't go to so it could be a different person.
I'm not picky.
That's awfully trusting.
Yeah, I figure play to their strengths. You know what I mean? So
I used to go to Varsity Barber Shop right there off of Manchester Road. I don't think it's there anymore. Pete, you used to give me the greatest haircut, and then of course genetics took over, and I couldn't help Pete stay in business anymore.
Well, think of all the money you're saving nowadays with that haircut.
That's exactly
so you're good to
right.
Go.
Listen, I get one box of turtle wax, gets me through a whole year rather than shampoo. All right, hey, listen, let's get back to something that's really important. How about the hair that's brought to the ice today? The St. Louis Blues face off against the Los Angeles Kings. Blues have an opportunity here. The final two games before a combined all-star break going into the bye week. So they'll have 8 days off, 7 days at home before they head to Columbus. So an opportunity to really finish on a high note, and they have been good. I mean, the Blues in their last 6 road games are 4-1-1, and they've been getting it done on the road. Now you've got to do it against some teams that are struggling.
Yeah, you're going against two teams in California who have been really struggling lately, especially look at the LA Kings tonight. Just got thumped in Colorado a couple nights ago. And for the St. Louis Blues, like you mentioned, Curbs, this big break coming up, it's going to be important that the Blues stay focused because a lot of distractions. You look at, we're in California, 2 games left. You're playing some struggling teams. Hopefully the Blues aren't looking too far ahead and can take care of business tonight because there's a lot of teams that are idle and a good chance for the Blues to catch up in the standings.
Well, this is the only home game for the Los Angeles Kings in a stretch of 10 games. They were on the road for 3. They'll play this one, and then, of course, when they come out of the break, they end up going on their 6-game East Coast road trip through New York, Philadelphia, Washington. It's a team that lost 7-1, giving up 6 goals in their last games. What has your experience as a player told you about the following game when you play a team that just gets thumped?
If I'm the St. Louis Blues, I'm coming into this game tonight in L.A., and you're thinking it's going to be a very, very tough game. The Kings had a tough, up-tempo practice yesterday. You know that with all the veterans they have on this team, Brown, Kopitar, Doughty, all these guys, they have a lot of pride in that locker room. So when you get thumped like that on the road and you're coming back home, their last game before break, you're expecting a very, very hard and heavy team tonight.
So the St. Louis Blues coming off of a game where it wasn't the prettiest of games played, but they got the victory in a game that maybe a couple of months ago might have gone the other way, especially after a shorthanded goal is given up. But this team has shown some resiliency where they appear to have leveled off, where the highs and lows of a game don't really seem to impact their overall play as a team.
Yeah, the maturity's there. I mean, you mentioned the beginning of the year, we get down in games like that, and the team would just kind of flounder off and you just kind of lose each other, and then everyone kind of went on their own page individually. But you looked at that Ottawa Senators game, a team that really stuck with it, and especially after that penalty kill goal, or power play goal they gave up, that shorthanded one in that third period. A lot of veteran leadership, and Boom Gunnarsson with the big goal late, and Jordan Binnington played terrific as well.
Yeah, and because of that, I'd look for the St. Louis Blues to probably have the same lineup here today against the Los Angeles Kings. What's a couple of areas that you want to see cleaned up a little bit for this one today?
I think that the last 2 games, going back to the Boston game and the Ottawa game, we saw a lot of icings, a lot of offsides. There's a lot of kind of disjointed a little bit coming out of the defensive zone. I think you're seeing defensemen that are passing almost 2 zones ahead. And for me, that's not so much a defenseman problem, but more of an offensive problem. I think the forwards need to do a better job working back into the D zone, working back in the neutral zone. When you're there and you work back, you're a much better support for those defensemen. And then that way you can come out a little bit cleaner out of the D zone, and then you can start advancing zone to zone. And then from the Blues, get to the offensive zone, stick around there, because this is an LA Kings team that has really struggled back there.
So it's an afternoon game here in Los Angeles. The Blues and the Los Angeles Kings as they celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday and the holiday here across the country. One of 2 afternoon games in the National Hockey League today. It'll be a 3 o'clock St. Louis time face-off, a 2:30 pregame show, at least on the radio side on KMOX. The game on the TV side is on NBC Sports Network. Darren Pang is actually going to be working with Alex Faust on that part. And Alex, a Northeastern alum.
He's a Husky.
I'm going to give you that one right there. We're going to lob that one out
the
there
Huskies
for you.
are rolling right now. They just beat the #1 team in the country, UMass Amherst.
Nice.
And we have a play-by-play Husky. We have a color analyst on the Blues side. So a lot of Northeastern representatives tonight.
Yep. Those Miami guys will still find a way to take them over if we get a chance. All right, so we've got the Blues. We've got the Los Angeles Kings. That's Joey Vitale. I'm Chris Kerber. We hope you've had a terrific morning. You're having a terrific, safe day back there in St. Louis. Tune in again. Blues and Kings facing off in just about 2 hours. Have a great day and enjoy some hockey.